breaking news.
That breaking news we have been following. A person is in the hospital after this early morning crash. Officers called to I-480 and the North Freeway interchange just after 3. This is a close look at the scene from a Nebraska DOT camera in this area. The good news is those victims' injuries are not expected to be life-threatening.
Also breaking just into our newsroom, another person's in the hospital after a different crash. Officers were called to the area of Northwest Radio Highway and Burdette Street. That happened just after 6:15 this morning. The victim's injuries in this case are also non-life threatening. We do have a photographer on the way to the scene right now. We'll let you know as soon as we learn more information on both of these crashes.
All right, in the meantime, it's good to have you with us on this Wednesday morning for First Alert 6 streaming. I'm Erin Hartley.
I'm Cerise Cole, along with meteorologist Jared Lansford, senior chief meteorologist Rusty Lord, who's tracking some low temperatures this morning and frost.
Yeah, a lot of 30s out there, and some places even sneaking into the 20s this morning. So take the coat with you and keep it handy because this is the coldest morning we've had so far this season. We're at 39. Now, that's the reading from the airport. That's the official observation. That's been bouncing around between 37 and 39. But it's not a true representation of the whole city. So definitely take the jacket with you. Got a beautiful sunrise. You'll need the sunglasses today. And maybe shorts for the kids if it's a battle you don't want to fight. By the afternoon, we get into the 60s. At least the sun will be shining. But this 39 in Omaha and Council Bluffs, couple of the warmer spots here, right near the river. You go to Millard, you're at 34, 30 in Bennington, 33 in Elkhorn, and all these numbers on the west edge of the city, plenty cold enough to get frost, and may vary even a little bit more for your home thermometers. 33 Fremont, 35 in Wahoo, we're at 39 in Trainer, so a little bit warmer in some spots. But look what happens when you widen the view. Got a hard freeze in Norfolk. They've been down to 29, now just dipped to 27 with 31 in Tacoma, 34 in Harlan. So getting that light freeze is expected in some of our northern counties. And compared to where we were at this time yesterday, if it was already chilly for you yesterday in the 40s, you were in for a treat this morning. You got 5 to 15 degrees colder out the door compared to yesterday morning. And we're going to keep the First Alert weather days going. Now, it's for two reasons. We still have the frost out there this morning, but if you didn't prep for it, your plants might be hurt a little bit. Maybe you made it through this morning and you want to save the plants again. Well, you uncover them, let them enjoy the sunshine in the 60s, and then cover them back up tonight, heading into Thursday morning when we'll do this all over again and likely dip down into the mid-30s. So when you see freeze warnings, frost advisories on our website, these encompass both this morning and then again tonight into tomorrow morning with pretty much the same conditions. The colder freeze potential in our northern counties, and again, they may tweak these a little bit in a few counties based on what some of the model data does, but overall, some of us could get down to 32, better odds north of I-80. So we're about 40 degrees at 9 o'clock. Notice by noon we're up into the 50s. Beautiful day today, a lot less wind. We're going to cut the gusts in half. We were gusting near 40 yesterday. We'll gust to about 20 today out of the northwest and get to 65 by 4 o'clock and get a beautiful evening to enjoy. By 7 we're down to 53. And then overnight tonight we'll fall off into the 40s. Heading into early tomorrow morning, look what we do again. Down in the mid-30s. Some cooler numbers to the north in the lower 30s where you get a better potential for a freeze. And then after that, we'll get 40s and 50s for overnight lows heading into the weekend into the early part of next week. So you get through tomorrow morning and you're probably good for a little while as far as the frost or freeze potential goes. And then 61 on Friday with some increasing clouds and an oh so small chance of a shower.
Okay, people already looking ahead to the weekend for their own plans and for Husker football as well. What can we expect?
It looks like it's going to be a pretty good football day on Saturday. A lot of cloud cover to go along with the game day forecast this time around. We scaled back the temperatures a little bit. I think upper 50s to start into the lower 60s. You probably won't notice it change much though, because we'll have clouds and a pretty light breeze to go along with it. The clouds are going to be thick on Saturday, limiting our ability to change the temperature. And with kickoff at 11 o'clock, there could be a little drizzle around in the morning hours on Saturday. So first alert to that before the game gets going. And then clouds will be the name of the game this weekend. Then the wind starts to pick up Sunday and Monday. Monday continues to look like our best chance of rainfall. The timing's all over the place, but models consistently show sometime on Monday being the day with the best odds for rain. We cool it off middle of next week, get another chance of a frost late next week, and Halloween showing up on the 10-day forecast right around 60 degrees by Friday afternoon. And right now that would probably mean 50s for the trick-or-treaters.
That's not bad.
It has been much colder.
Heck yeah.
So we'll take that and run with it.
Yeah, we've done it in the snow, so.
Yeah, no kidding.
All right, let's talk about traffic now. I know on my way in, I couldn't get on to Cornhusker because that on-ramp was closed. How are it seems like the problem's intensified, though, since then.
Yeah, usually when we have these kind of things, it's a problem for nighttime drivers like
us. Right.
But it usually wraps up around 6 or so. That has not been the case.
Yeah,
it's still there. And so when you are trying to make your way into that area, you're looking at problems. Now, this is a shot of Cornhusker, and you are looking at traffic on Cornhusker itself moving along in pretty good shape. But notice we got all these cones here. You cannot get onto the ramp to get to northbound JFK. That is blocked off at this time. So you need to use an alternate route to get to the JFK if you want to do that, because the JFK's got all kinds of delays as well. Now, once you get past Cornhusker, you're not in too bad a shape. So maybe you go up the road to get to the JFK, go closer to Chandler. It looks like the work at Chandler has wrapped up, but we do still have this near Cornhusker, and if you're going northbound on the JFK, you've got the right lane closed, you have to stay left, and with that one lane of traffic open, that is causing all sorts of delays. Back to 370, you've got delays that stretch back toward Capehart. It's really backing things up. Here's all the details. You could scratch Chandler off of this. We've got Chandler in good shape, but right around Cornhusker northbound, you've still got that nighttime work in place, the right lane closed, and also the ramp there to get to JFK from Cornhusker blocked off. So you need to avoid this area. You could use Fort Crook. That's moving along pretty well. That's a good alternate route if you don't want to mess with this whole thing happening on the JFK. We'll keep checking in on that, and I'll first alert you when we do see things improve. But I need to touch on a couple of other things. We mentioned that crash Northwest Radial right around Burdett. You can see some slight delays showing up as you go southbound. For reference, this is just a little south of that interchange with Fontenelle. So that's what we're talking about with that one in between there and Hamilton. And then we also have a situation on I-80 that's developing here with westbound traffic. As you're getting close to 680, we have a vehicle on the right shoulder. It's unclear what's happening with that, but people are checking up in that area with that being the case. So watch for that as well. Those JFK delays just really stand out on the map here. Elsewhere, we have a couple of spots that are a little slow. 204th northbound around Q showing some delays, as well as just the busy intersection there at 90th and Dodge. But we'll keep you posted. Hopefully, we'll have some good news next time we check in and have some of these issues starting to clear up.
I hope so. All right, Jared, thank you. Well, new to tell us this morning, Omaha police say they've interviewed the two officers involved in a burglary that ended in a shootout involving Omaha police. They are Jamel Ross and Andrew Wolf. After looking at body and dash cam video, police say the footage and statements from officers and witnesses all add up. And we first alerted you to the incident last Thursday. It happened near 152nd and Spencer. Police say the man shot in the exchange, 55-year-old Dean Weiss, has charges pending. He is expected to be booked once he gets out of the hospital.
Omaha City Council voting down a proposal to outlaw homeless camps on public properties.
That's right. The ordinance would have made camping on public property a misdemeanor. Even if the ordinance passed, Mayor John Ewing said during a town hall he was prepared to veto it. Before the vote, City Councilman Danny Begley explained why he was voting no.
While the plan that was amended of the whole, it is a step in the right, in the good. It's a good step forward, but it still doesn't take away the fact of there could be criminalization if people have a warrant out, if they don't make it to court, and all those things that happen.
Mayor Ewing reacting after the vote, saying the Omaha community must respond to the issue of homelessness with compassion and action to get people off the streets and into safe, decent, and affordable housing.
Now over here at the safety desk with Maria Cade, 1 in 3 U.S. adults don't regularly, get the recommended amount of uninterrupted sleep each and every night. A pretty staggering fact there, Maria.
And maybe some of us here might fall into that category. I know some days I do. Not getting enough good quality sleep, though, it can actually really make you sick. And it's how you sleep that can affect whether you get that good sleep, especially if you have certain medical conditions. So one doctor recommends sleeping on your side if you have sleep apnea, heart failure, or arthritis. If you have acid reflux, she says to make sure it's actually your left side.
We can all resonate with the story of the loud snorer on their back and the bed partner does the elbow to get that person to roll over onto their side.
Now, sleeping on your side is actually not recommended if you have shoulder pain, but it is advised for some other chronic pains in your neck or maybe in your knees. But to sort of help with this, experts say sleeping with a thin pillow in between your knees, that can help because it actually makes your body stay symmetrical.
Okay, good to know. Experts say also many women who are going through menopause aren't informed about the changes actually happening to their bodies.
Yeah, you know, the average age where women typically stop having their menstrual cycle is 52, and a lot of experts say that there are some reasons why people don't feel prepared for that time, and it's because of taboo conversations surrounding that topic. So some women might not feel comfortable talking about these things when they go to their provider. So one doctor says you actually want to focus on lifestyle changes before it happens so that you're prepared. And that can be with your diet, looking at how your body's utilizing food sources differently. She also says protein and supplementation are most important. You should also include lots of vitamin C, vitamin D, and fiber in your diet.
Also, resistance training, like weight training, is really to help strengthen those bones. We see a decrease in bone mineral density and kind of the strength of the bone as we go through menopause.
She says menopause involves the fluctuation of hormones as well as the decline of estrogen. So for some women, looking at hormone therapy after consulting with your doctor, that could be an option for people too.
Okay, Marie-Kate, thank you very much. We're back after this.
Welcome back, everybody. We've been talking about for a while now that first frost here in the metro, and it's here.
Yeah, I'd love if you send some pictures on social media. We'd love to see. Do you have it in your area? It varies a lot around the city. Some places have cooled enough, other places haven't, and that's the problem with mornings like this. You just got to issue kind of widespread coverage, and then you know some places probably won't get frost, but a widespread frost to start off the area, start off the day on Wednesday is why we have a First Alert 6 weather day. We're just going to keep it through the day because here's the reason. You got a little work to do if you want to save the plants. Uncover them, let them enjoy the day, and then cover them back up, bring them back in tonight, heading into Thursday morning as the temperatures will dip down into the 30s yet again. So the freeze warnings, frost advisories in place are not only for this morning, but then again tonight into tomorrow morning as well. So you want to prep for that as temperatures start off in the 30s, climb into the mid 60s this afternoon. Should be a very enjoyable day. The wind won't be trying to knock you over today. And then later on tonight into tomorrow morning, again, we dip into the 30s to start off Thursday, but a short-lived little window. And then we rebound pretty quickly. So Thursday morning gets you down right on the edge of frost, likely on our scale here. And then you can see 40s and 50s after that for morning lows. So it'll be about a week from tomorrow morning when we may deal with this again. 65 on Thursday afternoon after the frost goes away, then 61 on Friday as the clouds increase. Now, this high temperature will entirely hinge upon how fast the clouds fill in on Friday. If we get them a little sooner, we might only get 50s out of the day on Friday. But overall, these clouds that thicken up for the afternoon likely bring a few sprinkles or maybe even some drizzle to the area, not only on Friday, but these could be stubborn right through the weekend. So it could be a Saturday and Sunday deal as well. And you can see, we'll look a little wider view here, give you a look at Sunday and show you that overall these showers that move through the area would move in on Monday and probably be a little more prevalent. So Monday has the best chance of rain heading into the early part of next week. And then you can see that moves east and out of here. And then the middle of the week is pretty quiet in the forecast. So the 10-day shows 65 for the high on Thursday, 61 Friday. And then there's the forecast over the weekend. 59 Saturday, 63 on Sunday with a little bit of drizzle in the area. Both days, whether it's Saturday and Sunday, the clouds will be locked in on the weekend as well. So first alert to that. It's just not going to be a very sunny weekend. I think hopefully maybe we can get a few peaks on Sunday late in the day.
Just a few.
That'd be nice,
right?
We'll take it.
Okay, looking at the 10-day forecast, also into Halloween. How's that going to look for the trick-or-treaters?
Let's get you a quick check of that here, because by the end of the 10-day, it does start to trend up a little bit. I think the coldest part of next week will be the middle of the week, and then we'll jump up to near 60 degrees for that high. And no real good signs of any moisture beyond that early week system. Could be dry to start November, and some of the warmer air start trend a little farther west. So we'll see. I still think November probably plays out on the warmer side too.
Okay.
And then my winter outlook's coming out next week, and we'll talk about what December, January, and February have in store.
That's the much anticipated forecast. Everyone wants to know.
All right, everybody wants to know about that morning commute. Is JFK any better?
No.
No, it is not. Okay.
No, it is not.
Thanks.
Okay.
Good talking with you.
But maybe we should give them the warning.
I think they are.
Okay, let's check in on what we're seeing. This is the breadth of the issue. And remember, the reason we're having issues northbound on the JFK is nighttime construction that is spilled into the morning drive right around Cornhusker. So you've got delays that are very slow right around 370 and approaching that Cornhusker area. Another little area from Capehart down to Fairview where things are near a standstill as well. So this whole stretch is really struggling here in the early going. Notice that the ramp to get to the JFK northbound from Cornhusker is still closed. That's also true for the exit ramp from northbound JFK to get to Cornhusker. So you're going to need to likely just avoid this area. Fort Crook is a good option to do just that. You can see it's moving along, though it is slowing down as people start to use that as an alternate route. Be ready for some delays possible as you head through that way, but likely moving better than what you're going to experience on the JFK. Our issue on the I-80 westbound right around the approach to 680 has gone away, had the shoulder blocked. That has improved, so moving much better there. And then we've been talking about Northwest Radial where we had that crash southbound. Delays do look worse, unfortunately, there. So be ready for southbound travel, especially to be slowed in that area. We've got our delays on either side of I-80 around Giles. Be ready for delays there. And then Dodge eastbound now starting to slow down 156. Shaping up for a lot of our roads to unfortunately have some delays. Leave a little extra time as you head out the door this morning.
Yeah, a lot of issues this morning. Jared, thank you. Reunited after years apart.
I'll show you the story behind an emotional reunion between a dog and its owner when we come back.
Welcome back, everybody. It is a reunion nearly 3 years in the making.
In January of 2023, during a Category 2 snowstorm, Aubrey Braun's dog, Ace, disappeared while she was out of town. See, she searched in neighborhoods, gas stations, restaurants, offering up to $500, but nobody had seen him. Well, after 2 years and 9 months, a friend sent Aubrey a Facebook post from the Jefferson County Humane Society asking if the dog in the photo could be him.
Like, is this Ace? I said, yeah, that's him. I stayed up till 1 a.m. comparing markings from the color pattern on his paws, and he has a little white heart on his butt, and that's just how I knew. I was like, that's him.
Oh, the relief I feel for her.
The heart.
Oh my gosh. The next morning, Aubrey rushed to the shelter. Turns out Ace had been with the shelter for 5 weeks before that emotional reunion. But where was he all that other
That's
time?
what I'm thinking.
Wow.
Oh, poor baby.
Can you imagine? She probably never thought that they would see each other again after 3 years.
If that dog could talk, I bet that would be some stories.
Some Homeward Bound stuff right there.
Oh, Homeward Bound. There's a reference.
I can't even watch that movie. It makes me cry. All right.
All right, everybody. Thanks so much for joining us. We're going to get ready for our update in the Today Show. You can watch it here on streaming or over our air.
Have a great start to your Wednesday.
Live from WOWT, First Alert 6 starts now.
Good Wednesday morning, everybody. It is 7:26. I'm Cerise Cole.
I'm Erin Hartley. Let's get an update on traffic on the JFK with Jarrett Lansford.
We've got a mess that is underway. Northbound travelers, as you're getting from Cornhusker all the way down to Fairview, big delays. This is the result of lingering nighttime construction. This has both the entrance and exit ramps, northbound JFK access there at Cornhusker blocked off. And you also have the right lane on the JFK northbound near Cornhusker being blocked. Just got an update from NDOT. This is scheduled to last through about 9 this morning. So this is going to be in place the next few hours. You may need to use Fort Crook. That's also slowing down quite a bit. Be ready for delays this morning as you're trying to make your way northbound from Bellevue. Rusty.
Thanks for the update, Jared. Plenty cold out there for those workers as well, as we're down in the 30s to start off the day. And well, we're going to keep the First Alert weather days going for this morning, and then all the stuff you need to do today and tonight to keep the plants alive tonight as well, because you'll uncover them, let them enjoy the sunshine in the 60s today, and then put them away or cover them up tonight for one more round of frost that'll last into Thursday morning, where we'll likely wake up to temperatures like this once again. But past about 8 o'clock, the numbers should start to climb here pretty quickly. So a lot of 30s, some of these producing frost, some aren't. So it's patchy in the metro, pretty widespread outside the city though. And we will warm and have a pretty good day today, up to 65 for the high with sunshine and a lot less wind than yesterday, which is great news. Maybe some gusts up near 20 miles per hour. But like I mentioned, the frost and freeze alerts, those are for this morning and then again tonight into tomorrow morning, the way things are playing out. Cerise?
Rusty, thank you. Breaking this morning, one person is in the hospital after a crash this morning.
Officers are called to the area of Northwest Radial Highway and Burdett Street just after 6:15. According to our photographer at the scene, it appears that a car had crashed into a light police. The victim's injuries are not believed to be life-threatening.
It is 7:28. We're back with another update for you in 25 minutes. We'll see you then.